Now, KASHIF Parvaiz, that's another comrade of mine. He like a brother to me. We met a long time ago, years ago. And when me and him separated and I was going to prison, he still was in the county jail facing what he facing. Didn't even start trial yet. And when I got to Craft in New Jersey, Craft is the reception unit. They take you before they send you to prison. They classify you what prison you're gonna go to. I got to Craft. I was in Craft probably three to 5 days. I was in Craft. I got 2 money orders slipped under my door. One was from my wife, and the other one was from KASH, who I just left in the county facing life. He was a real brother to me, and I know he appreciated me doing this video on his behalf. Salute to KASH, free KASHIF, innocent man that got caught up, like we all do when we young. Someone like him got money, power, business going, a lot of things going for himself. He thought with his other head. That led him to being caught up in the situation he in now. So on his behalf, I do this video. And like I said, that was years ago. I've been home, November makes 7 years I've been home. And me and KASH still speak to this day. He still call, check on my kids. Sometimes I just call and speak to his kids, his mother, his father. Within the first 2 weeks of me being in prison, well, still in Craft, just leaving the county jail, and anybody know about the system, y'all understand how fast, when I'm telling y'all this, how this happened. And how slow mail is in Craft and things of that nature. They don't hurry up to bring you mail and things of that nature. So within three to 5 days of me being in Craft, I think it was like 3 or 4, because it was fast. That money came from KASH. I didn't even ask him for that. I didn't even know he was gonna send me that. He just did it. I mean, before I even made it to where I was gonna go, within 2 weeks, KASH sent me over $1,000. And that ain't because he owed me anything or anything of that nature. It was because he wanted to look out for me and make sure I was good and I was all right. With him being in the situation he was in, he still wanted to make sure I was good and I was all right. And we clicked and we connected. And like I say, it was just all out of, he did that out of love and out of respect. And I knew the place that he was going, where he could end up at, was a treacherous place. He don't come from the walk of life I come from. He don't come from my background. You know what I mean? He's Pakistani. He got a whole different way of life than I do. But I know where he was headed at if he lost trial. So on his behalf, I send word to everybody I know. In Easter, down Trenton State Prison, what we call the Trenton State Prison in New Jersey, but it's East Jersey State Prison. That's the name of the actual prison. I'm gonna post his information in the description. So if you want to reach out to him, you can write him. His information will be there. And let me tell you a story about me and KASH. KASHIF Parvaiz, sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his wife. Morris County Prosecutor Frederick M. Knapp announces that KASHIF Parvaiz, 30, has been sentenced to life in prison in connection with the 2011 murder of his wife. On February 26, 2015, Parvaiz was convicted when a jury returned a verdict of guilty against him on counts of murder, a crime of the first degree, conspiracy to commit murder, a crime of the first degree, 2 counts of possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose, crimes of the second degree, 2 counts of unlawful possession of a weapon, crimes of the second degree, prohibited weapons and devices, a crime of the fourth degree, and hindering one's apprehension, a crime of the third degree. Now, that's what the report read on KASHIF. That's what the news will tell you. That's what the ID did a story on his background, on his life, on ID channel. So if you're interested in KASHIF Parvaiz, it's a show that they did on ID channel about him and his case. And I'll let y'all go there to find out whatever other details y'all want to find out about his case. His case still being fought in court, so I'm not going to speak on to evidence or things like that involving his case. He's still up for an appeal from down East Jersey State Prison, so I'm not going to, that's up for his lawyers to fight in court. And I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to try to fight his court here for him right now. He got very well attorneys on the case that know what they're doing, and I'll let them do their job. But as my brother, I'm going to speak on it. Now, me and KASH met. By the time I met KASH, I came in Morris County Jail, and KASH was already there, probably almost going on 2 years. KASH is a humble guy, stayed to himself, You know what I mean? He played chess a lot. He read on his case a lot. Read books a lot. He got a few books out that he wrote and published himself on. He an architect. He got a business. He was young, successful, got a strong family, good family support. His kids still love him to this day. They don't miss a visit. His mom and pop, they live in New York. His brother, they still visit him every week and travel to New Jersey to see him every visit they can. Over the years, him being away, he got a strong family support system. But things took a turn for the worse for Cash when he started dealing with his secretary. And being as though I know him personally and I know her, I'm going to speak on her. Now, Cash started messing with her. She was his secretary. She was working for him. Young, he's successful, he got a business. Cash drew blueprints for people, and they paid him to design buildings and houses and things like that. Cash wanted to break it off with her. So Cash told her, like, yo, look, you know, I'm about to move. I'm shutting that office down. I'm getting a new office. He was expanding his business at the time. He like, look, I'm getting a new office. I'm about to shut that one down. Me and my wife, we about to move. Things going good with us. Like, I want to stop doing what I'm doing. At the back and forth, after a while, she finally got the picture that Cash was serious. They was moving away. Now, before they come, I think the night before they were supposed to move, if I ain't mistaken, Cash, his wife, they was walking. She had the baby was in the stroller. His child was in the stroller. Him and his wife was out for a walk there in New Jersey, in Boomtown. She comes, I can speak on it. She pleaded guilty and took 30 years for it. 30 with a 30. So that's 30 years straight. And she testified against Cash and got him life. So I can speak on it. So she came out of nowhere, shot her in the head, shot Cash's wife in the head. Shot her a few times, shot in the head first, executed her right there in front of her. Cash tried to get away. She shot Cash, I think 5 times or 7 times, she shot Cash. Cash was shot in the back, his hands, his side, legs, everything, all defensive wounds. He was shot at. He tried to get away from her. She shot him up. While he was in the hospital, drugged up under medication, finding out his wife passed away, the police asked to go in his phone. Him under medication and not being in his right state of mind, for whatever reason he allegedly gave them permission to. They go in his phone, they see like, all right, he been talking to this girl, it's back and forth, he been going back and forth with her, arguing, whatever, he trying to shut it off. They see he was having an affair. So you know how it go, y'all watch enough cop shows, they see, all right, he having an affair, let's go check this person out now. Oh, all right, she used to work for him. Oh, all right, hold up. She close to the area, we could trace her around this time of being around here. They go to her house. When they get to her house, how the story played out and how I know, because I was there with him while he was fighting the case. They go to her house, they find the gun that she used. They find a note that she made, taking notes on things to get like some real TV shit. You could tell that she ain't used to that kind of life or know what she was doing. She was watch TV and figured out that's how you go about setting it up and doing it. She had notes on what to grab, the gun, buy a gun, learn how to shoot the gun, where they gonna be at, who house they gonna be at. She done went by there and checked the house and looked at the location. Basically, she done did her homework on this. You know what I mean? Where these people stay at, where they gonna be at, whatever. Cash go there, I think it's the 4th of July or something like that. They there for like, you know what I mean, a cookout or something like, basically like a celebration type thing. They there, you know they about to move, they seeing everybody or whatever the case may be. Cash going back and forth with her, still texting. She find out that's what Cash, he over there, that's where he at now. So she already know, like, all right, I know where they place at, I know where they must be at. She go there. When she get there, Cash and his wife just outside walking, they talking. Cash telling me they talking about their future, you know what I mean, the new place, the new business, things they gonna do with the kids, places they gonna go. Like, they basically like talking, like, you know, you walking with your lady, y'all got the kids, y'all going for a walk, you know what I mean, it's 4th of July, y'all chilling, whatever the case may be. She walk up, he said when she walking up, he ain't really paying attention, but he paying attention. You know what I mean? Because he see like, you know what I mean, she walking up and it's just them really walking. You know, he got his wife, he got his kids with him. So he like paying attention to her, but he not really paying attention to her, they walking. And like it's nighttime. She walk up from the rip, didn't say nothing, don't say nothing at all, just walk straight up, boom, shoot her in the head. She dropped, he like, oh, she shoot her a couple more times. He lunged towards her, she shoot him like, I guess like in the hand, in the front. He turned around now like, oh shit, she trying to kill me too. He turned around, try to run. She shoot him a few more times in the back.
Cash in the hospital. You know what I mean? She get away. Now, everything else, what I told y'all happened. The police came to the hospital, they're investigating it. Cash drugged up, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And that's how they found out about her. That's what led them to her. Now they arrested. Cash bail was $1 million. His family, not knowing the system, not knowing nothing about being locked up in jail, they traveled from New York, came to New Jersey, and tried to pay the $1 million cash bail at the county jail. The county jail, they like, what the fuck going on? I know you can't pay this kind. They came there with New York police with them and everything. They like, nah, y'all can't pay this here. Like, nah, this ain't how it work. But they called to the prosecutor, like, yo, look, these people, they Pakistani, and they here. This bail is $1 million cash, $1 million. They here talking about they trying to post it, and they got police with them. New York police with them. The prosecutor like, nah, hold up. They said the prosecutor was in a bed. Allegedly, the prosecutor was in a bed. The prosecutor got about his bed, called to the judge, and I'm like, nah, allegedly called to the judge, and I'm like, look, they there trying to post this bail, whatever. They up overnight. They up Cash bail to like $3 million. They upped her bail to like $2 million. Right? So now they got them stuck in there. He can't bail out. Cash had 5 lawyers coming to see him any given time. He had 5 lawyers on his case coming to see him. They used to be in there like they holding a conference meeting in there talking to him. Now, for years, she was saying what happened. Oh, she was jealous, Cash was leaving, she was jealous, that's why she did it. Whatever the case may be, she was trying to tell him what really happened and cut Cash loose. The prosecutors wasn't feeling that. They wanted Cash to pay for it. They looked at him being young, successful. They looking at the situation. They see the text messages, and they couldn't get past that. And then they like, oh, why you gonna throw your life away from him? Like, why you gonna take the blame? You know how they do it. They try to spin it on it. They not being used to, like, I ain't gonna say anybody used to jail, but they not used to being in a situation like that. She not used to no situation like that. They got all the evidence in the world to connect her to it. She did. The rights ain't going nowhere. She done. But they want Cash too. They needed Cash too. She for years saying, look, he ain't had nothing to do with it. He a good father. He need to be home with his kids. Like, I did this, like, out of anger, whatever the case may be. Once the prosecutor seen for years she was trying to take the weight for this and let Cash not take the weight, but admit to what she did and admit that Cash didn't have nothing to do with it, they came to her with pictures and evidence showing that he was talking to allegedly to a female in Brooklyn. He was talking to allegedly to a female in Queens, and allegedly he had a female here, and allegedly he had a female there, and he was buying them diamonds and buying them jewelry and taking them on trips and flying them out here on vacations, and this is the things that they telling them. So now she see like, damn, he wasn't just with me, he was with all these other girls too. You know how they say ain't nothing like a woman scorn, right? She got upset. After years of her saying Cash didn't have nothing to do with it, she flipped on Cash. Said Cash, she took 30 years, admitted to her role, admitted to what she did, took 30 with a 30 and testified on Cash, got him life. Said that her and Cash planned it together. She told Cash, being as though you had these other women. I done seen the letters that she done sent. Like, people that have been locked up, y'all know how I go. You could pass letters from the male unit to the female unit. So they used to be writing each other, and she used to be sending Cash letters, letting Cash know, like, look, man, I'm sorry, Then it went from I'm sorry to you was dealing with this girl, you was dealing with that girl, it wasn't just me. And so if I got to suffer, you're going to suffer too. It became that. And she flipped it on Cash. And that's how he got what he got. But I'm going to tell you about Cash. Cash is a good brother. A brother named Bolo from Bradley Courts in Newark, New Jersey. Brown skin, tall, stocky, cocky dude. Claimed that he brim. Was Muslim. He was breaking bread with Cash all the time. Cash bailed him out. Cash felt some type of way that he was sitting in jail all that time, wanted to do something for him. Cash bailed him out of jail. He sat in there for like 8 months on a low-ass bail. Cash felt some type of way, finally had his father co-sign and put up the money and bailed Bolo out. Bolo missed the court date, went on a run. When they caught up with Bolo, he told them the reason why he didn't go back to court was because allegedly Cash was trying to get him to murder somebody for him and he didn't want to do it. And because he was scared that Cash father and them know where he stay at and they the one that co-signed for him, he didn't want to show up at court and they see him because he didn't want to accept the money to do the hit. So with them telling him that, they put a wire on Bolo and put him back in the county and was trying to get Cash to talk about his case to him. But Cash, just being him, just embraced him, gave him a bunch of stuff when he came back in there, sneakers, clothes, all that good stuff. and was talking to him, but still never said nothing about him being guilty. He set any of this up. He just talking regular to Bolo, embracing him once again. He sat in there for like 2 days. I was in there with him when he came back in there, actually. And I talked to him myself a couple of times. And he telling me, yeah, bro, I'm back in here on bullshit warrant. They just got to straighten it out because they did something wrong with my paperwork. Be like, well, all right. And then he wound up leaving again. Kind of find out he was wired up that whole time. But Cash didn't give him nothing for them to use. But that's how Cash got that extra 10 years. Because they gave him tampering with a witness because Bolo said that he was trying to get him to go do something to his wife, his in-laws. And Bolo told police that, and they gave him the extra 10 years for tampering with a witness. But not just Bolo, it's other guys in there that he'll see that they in there on a low bail and they can't bail out. And they sitting in there and to him, he like they Muslim, they praying with me, they good people. And they not extorting him, they ain't putting no pressure on him. Because like I said, he not no punk. He just a humble dude. He being humble, he bailing all these people out, not asking multiple people. And they talk about this in this case. He bailed multiple people out of jail, didn't ask for no money back from them or nothing, just for them to show up in court so they don't mess up his people's name. That's if they needed his people to co-sign as well. Humble dude. And the same people, I done been there and witnessed this myself. The same people will come back there and try to extort Cash for money, telling him things like, if you don't pay me 20 grand, if you don't have your father and them bring me 50 grand, I'm going to tell him you confessed to me about killing your wife. Another dude he bailed out, took care of while he was in there, older brother, did things for. Same thing, tried to extort him for money, tell me, try to get money out of me. And all of them say the same thing. Tell your father to bring me money, or I'm going to say that you admitted to me, you set this up. You know what I mean? So I seen him go through it, and he stayed humble the whole time. Like I say, when I left, he still held me down the whole time. And me and Cash sat and we talked and we had a conversation with each other. And Cash told me this. Cash said, bro, I got to tell you something. And we was playing chess, and I said, what is it? He said, coming in here, I realized something. And I said, what's that? He said, I look at black people totally different now. And I'm like, what you? Cash always was like, he humble, he respectful, but he always spoke his mind. Like, he didn't bite his tongue, like he speak his mind. So he like, before I came here, like if a black person would have came into my business and applied for a job, he's like, I'd have been respectful, you know what I mean, to him, you know what I mean, polite. He's like, but soon he'd walked out the door, he's like, I probably wouldn't even read the resume. I probably would have ripped it up. He's like, if somebody would have came in here and they'd have been locked up before for anything, whether it was for weed, if I seen like possession of a drug charge or something like that, he's like, I'd have ripped the application up, I wouldn't even looked at it. He's like, now being in here, you know what I realized? Everybody that I really bonded with and connected to and really that I'm close with, he like, look, it's black. And me laughing. He like, yo, gave me a whole different outlook. He's like, before coming here, he's like, I never even seen black Muslims before, like over here, like pray and do all that. I ain't even know, like, you know what I mean? So it gave him a different experience. He like, I don't even talk to the white people that's in here because they all shiesty. He like, everybody I deal with is black. And he like, them the people that's, you know what I mean, embrace me, you know what I mean, da-da-da-da-da-da. He's like, everybody else just be trying to look for a way to get something out of me. And he's like, I respect you because you never try to come at me or try to get nothing from me. You never asked me for nothing. And you always was real with me, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? No problem. And you know what I mean? We just kept playing chess. But that's Cash for you, man. And, you know, he a humble dude. Like I say, he got caught up dealing with the wrong girl. And it cost him. It cost him a lot. Him and his sons, they were still close. They go see him all the time. They talk all the time. His family go see him all the time. And like I say, he got a strong support system. I still talk to him a lot. I still even write him. I'm old-fashioned. I write him actual letters. I used to like seeing the letters slide under my door. That made me feel good in that box. So I still write them letters and send it to him like that. I don't send him emails. I write him the actual letters. I'd rather they call his name to the door, slide that shit up under the door to him. So, yeah, like I say, I'm going to leave his information in the description. If you want to write KASHIF, learn out more about him, contact him, I'm going to leave his information in the description so you can reach out to him. And once again, with this all due respect to the family, because, you know, he got kids, he got a family. That's still there, that still support him. This video is nothing but respect to the brother. And again, like I say, I ain't a lawyer, so I ain't fighting this case for him. He got lawyers that's gonna do that in the court. I'm just speaking my mind on my brother and letting him know that he not the monster that the news articles say he is. You've been debriefed. All my books are works of fiction, but political, gritty, and street tales. Go on Amazon, look for Mayhem, the new political party. Men play chess, boys play checkers. by Omar Williams. Part 2, The New Political Party, The Manifesto by Omar Williams. All my books are on Amazon. You could go up there, check them out, like, subscribe to the author channel so that way you could keep up to date with my latest book releases, book signings, and book giveaways. You have now been debriefed.